Welcome back, beer tubers. Ryan here with another episode of San Diego Beer Vlog. Thanks for joining me. This is going to be my first review with the new camera. So I thought I'd break out a special beer. This was sent to me from Peter, the Master of Hoppets. And this is the Nøgne Dark Horizon. This is the 3rd edition Dark Horizon. Hope that camera's focusing in. Still getting used to it. Anyway, picture the bottle. This is a 15.5% Norwegian ale with coffee added. So I believe it's a imperial stout, but let's get it open. It's, like I said, it's the 3rd edition. They're using Grimstad's water, malted barley, sugars, coffee, hops, and yeast. 39 Play-Doh and 100 IBUs. So best before July 3rd of 2018, and it was brewed on July 3rd of 2008. So this beer has some age on it. We'll see how that coffee has if it's still there or not. But wow, I can smell it already just pouring this. So there was a hiss, but not seeing a lot of carbonation on there. Kind of expect that for a 15.5% beer. So I'm just going to pour out that much. You know, pours out pitch black. A little bit of, light brown, khaki colored head, just kind of lacing the top of the glass. Yeah, alcohol legs like crazy on this one. So let's get the aroma on it. Wow, a lot of big sweetness. I get a lot of dark fruits. A ton of plum though really dominates. You get a little bit of alcohol in the nose, not a lot. God, every time I go in for a smell, I'm getting something different. This beer definitely has some complexity to it. It's got a big sweet nose. Certainly picking up some of that coffee left over. And a little bit of roastiness kind of underneath that. Definitely some like darker cherry notes too to go with like darker or lighter fruit, like the lighter berry notes as well. Get a little bit of caramel, but mostly like a darker sort of burnt sugar, kind of sugary note in there as well. So it smells complex, so let's give it a taste. Cheers. Yeah, for what they claim to be 100 IBUs, that's a very, very sweet beer. Pretty sticky. It's not, I mean, it does coat your mouth pretty good, but it's not like massive, thick kind of motor oil. And I think a lot of these beers that have these really high alcohols like this, they have that sort of character. They drink more like a port wine, at that alcohol than they would a typical, 8 or 9% imperial stout. Wow, the alcohol is really well masked on this. Obviously it has some age. I'm not quite 4 years old, but approaching that. The coffee's still there. It's more subtle. It took me a little while to kind of notice it. It's certainly there. It blends well with the rest of the flavors though. Kind of adds a nice earthiness in there. You're kind of wondering like, what's this note in there? It's like, oh yeah, it's that kind of earthy coffee note. Because there's not a ton of roasted character. You get more dark chocolate. There's some sweet chocolate. That burnt sugar note comes through. A little bit of licorice notes in there. It's got some really nice complexity. It's definitely on the sweet side. I just wonder, where's the balance? Where's those 100 IBUs? Thankfully that 15.5% alcohol kind of helps balance things out in the back end, even though you can't taste it. It's got a nice warming sensation going down. It's certainly really drinkable in the sense of the alcohol's not getting in the way. But it is on the sweet side. And then other times drinking it, the dark fruits come out. It certainly has a little bit of that sort of rum-soaked raisin kind of thing going on, but to me I get more of that plum character. Hints of that dark cherry note on the flavor as well. So it's got some really, really nice complexities. It's just a little too sweet, which is why I'm glad it comes in this little 25 centiliter bottle because it's really sweet stuff. Definitely a dessert type of beer. Would work really well after dinner, in place of a port wine, because it definitely has that sort of port, sort of sherry character to it as well. So with that, I'm gonna go A-. I think it's an excellent beer. Just kind of deducting it a little bit for being a little too sweet for me. I wish they had a little more balance with the beer. So big thanks to Peter for shipping this one out to me. I'm glad you sent it to me because I think at one point I could get it here, but it's long sold out. Glad, I would have loved to have tried it fresh because I'm sure there's much more prominent coffee notes on it. And I can see why you definitely like this one because it's definitely on the sweet side. So there's another shot in there of the bottle. Big thanks to him. Sorry it took so long to get to, but hey, got the new camera, still getting used to that, and I thought I'd break out a really nice special beer for the occasion. So until next time, please comment, subscribe. Cheers.